Now that's old-timey.
Welcome to Old Timey Tuesdays. Have a really old-timey song for you today. A beautiful song, sad song, but a beautiful song. Before I tell you about the song, I want to again thank Mr. Doyle Dykes and Caleb Dykes, not only for helping us wrap up the Train Song series last weekend in such a beautiful fashion, but also just for just how kind and generous they've been. And Doyle actually sent me this hat that I'm wearing here for Shub Capos. And he sent me a Shub Capo. I've never heard of Shub Capos before, never used one, of course, but I'm excited to try it out. I won't need it for the song I'm about to do, but I know if Doyle sent it to me, it has to be a high quality capo. And I know these folks must be really nice, good people, or he wouldn't be associated with them or recommending their capos. I am excited to try it. Recently, Jamie Shook and I got together and did a couple of songs, which you'll actually see in the next couple of Thursdays. They're both original songs, one that Pap wrote and one that was written by a friend of ours. And I tuned the guitars, and Jamie and I were in tune until we both put on capos, and then we weren't in tune very well. I wasn't in tune with myself, much less being in tune with the guitar he was playing also. So that's one reason I'm excited to try this. The little card that came with it says that it's designed to reduce tuning problems, so that would be great. And it says the little black material on here is a custom material that is just like your fingers pressing on the strings. So that should make it work better. I'm excited to try it. When you're as good as Caleb or Doyle, you seldom ever need a capo. However, if you'll go over to Doyle's channel and subscribe, there's lots of bigger reasons to do that, but here's another reason for you. He has some videos on there where he talks about drop capo technique, which I'd never heard of. And apparently it's a way where you could start off playing with a capo on your guitar, and whether because you wanted to change keys or change positions or whatever, you drop the capo off the guitar without breaking time. You're still playing and it drops off the guitar. I haven't really watched a full explanation or full video about that from him. I don't know if it's something he invented himself, but I did see him do it once a couple of Sundays ago in the string along. He was actually playing that old 1940 Martin, beautiful instrument. And as he's playing, I see the capo just drop from the neck of the guitar, and he had it tethered with a little string or something so it didn't hit the ground, didn't make any noise, didn't damage the capo. But I'm going to have to watch and learn more about that. And maybe if I can figure out how to do it, I'll feature it in a video or in a set. That would be cool. Let's see, was there anything else I wanted to say about the capo? Oh, I was going to share this, that I was in my late 20s before I ever heard the word. By the time I heard the word capo, Pap always called it a clamp. Now, maybe that was because of his background as a carpenter and a mechanic, I don't know. But the first time I ever heard that, I said, what? And I was like, oh, you mean a guitar clamp. But I guess capo is the correct term for it. So he not only sent me the hat and the capo, he sent Woody and Ira some really nice presents too. And he sent me a set of GHS custom strings, and I'm anxious to try those. Now, something really cool is I immediately recognize those hands. I know exactly whose hands. Those are Doyle Dykes' hands. I can tell because of the way he's doing his harmonics. This is something I tried to explain to Corey and Katie, that Doyle is creating the harmonic by his index finger on his right hand being stretched out onto the neck of the guitar and placed precisely on a certain point of the string. And while he's doing that, back here, he's picking the string with his other fingers. It's just, too much for my brain to process. But I immediately recognized his hands and his guitar. And then sure enough, right down here, it says Doyle Dykes Signature Series Custom Strings. So if you want to have a couple of different guitar companies make a signature model guitar named after you, and you want to have your own custom guitar strings from GHS, it's simple. Just become one of the absolute greatest guitar players on the whole planet, and then you can have your own guitar strings and your own guitar. Very, very cool. I'll be trying these strings. I'll use the strings, but I'm going to save the pack because, like I said, I know exactly whose hands those are. So I just wanted to share that with you. And moving on to our old Timey song. This goes way, way back, and I'll look around on the internet if I can find an approximate date for this song, the origin of this song. I'll let you know. But I learned it from this CD right here, the Everly Brothers, Songs Our Daddy Taught Us. And this is a CD that I referred to way back, maybe about the second or third year of the Train Song series. I performed a train song that I learned from this CD. This song is not a train song. It's kind of a lament, I guess you would say. It's an old Scotch folk song, and it was sung a lot in Kentucky, where the Everlys are from, and in Virginia. And folks around there actually thought it was kind of a lament from a coal miner who couldn't afford to give his children and his wife maybe the things that they needed. And you can definitely sing it that way, and you can sing it with those things in mind, and it works. But according to the liner notes inside this CD, the song goes back much farther than that and has an even sadder story behind it. It says that the old Scotch folk song told of the illegitimate son of Lady Margaret and Lord George. The lady with babe in arms, so the baby's been born, the illegitimate baby. The lady with babe in arms went to the Lord's castle to tell George, Lord George, about his son. And this is where the plot thickens big time. The Lord was asleep. The Lord's mother feigned his voice from behind closed doors and drove Margaret away. So she pretended to be her son and told Margaret to hit the road or leave. Like, I don't want anything to do with you or your child. In despair, Lady Margaret embarked in a small boat. A storm came up on the lake, and Lord George awoke just in time to see his mistress and his little son drown before his very eyes. So, man, you don't get much sadder than that. But that's the origin of this song that I'm going to try to do for you. And like I said, if I can find out a date, maybe I can do some research on Lord George and Lady Margaret. Find out when that happened, when she died and the child died, and then you would know that the song, of course, came after that. I think the name of the song is Who's Gonna Shoe Your Pretty Little Feet. Let's see if that's the name of it. Yep, Who's Gonna Shoe Your Pretty Little Feet. gonna shoe your pretty little feet. Mama's gonna glove your little hands. And I'm gonna kiss your ruby red lips. Who's gonna shoe your pretty little feet? Who's gonna glove your little hands? Who's gonna kiss your ruby red lips? Papa's gonna shoe your pretty little feet. Mama's gonna glove your little hands.